I've been watching Pawn Stars lately. That's PAWN, the show where people bring in things to, get sold. And, I noticed it was such a good illustration of what's called the endowment effect, which means that when people own something, they value it more, right? So, and you could see that when people would bring in stuff to be sold, they would have this absurd notion of what this, trinket was worth, right? Or what this antique, like if it was a real, antique, they would think it was worth thousands of dollars, right? When it was worth hundreds of dollars or whatever. And then, so they would call in an expert, right? They would say, well, I don't know anything about, Viking helmets from the 1500s, let me call in my expert. And they're like, oh, great, going to call in an expert. He'll really confirm what I think. And of course, the expert would come in and say, well, it's damaged. It's not a real Viking helmet. It's this, it's that. The collector's market for this has gone down. Wouldn't affect their view of it at all. They would still be like, the man is an idiot. Clearly, he is wrong. I know this Viking helmet is worth, whatever it's worth. And, it really gets me thinking that in a way, it's such a powerful thing in copywriting to get people to take ownership of something. If you can, the metaphorical puppy dog clothes, right? Take this puppy home and, see if your kids like it. And of course, your kids will fall in love with it. And then you'll buy the puppy. The more we can kind of put things into people's hands, right? Either, a free trial is an obvious way to do that. But even metaphorically, right? That kind of imagine yourself owning this. Look at what your life would look like, right? So we're kind of giving them ownership. Any kind of thing like that, where you can make them, just kind of give it to them, let them hold it, let them feel it, let them experience it. Because people don't buy things where they can't picture themselves owning it, right? And if you give them a little piece of that, the hot potato thing, where, it's like, we've reserved a copy of this in your name, or, we've given, you've got a 15% discount that you must use by midnight, right? It's like, you've got ownership, but you've only got it, right, for a temporary time. You lose it, right? You lose something that you own if you don't take advantage of this. So, something to think about, right? In terms of of writing copy, because writing copy isn't just about, oh, how do I phrase this? How do I write this? What little copy hack can I use? But it's also kind of, how do I get this into the hands of my own audience? How do I make them feel like they already have it and they know what life would be like with it?